Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the 351 podcast. And for the new viewers, I'm Vasco.
I'm Sonia.
Philippe.
Daniela.
And yeah, so the other day we were talking about how when we were kids, like our parents used to let the guys sleep over at their friend's house. But then with girls, your parents didn't let you, right?
Yeah, but I think it's more like all of us like Asian girls.
Mm-hmm.
Like none of our parents let us sleep over.
Yeah.
It was
I don't know a
so
single
rare.
one actually.
Yeah, when we were little, like right now it's chill, but like when we were little, I remember like we used to play until like midnight, and then it's like, please can we sleep over? And they're like, no, let's go home. And then the guys, they can just sleep over.
Yeah.
So unfair.
But I used to think it was unfair, but like now I kind of get it.
I do get it. Why?
Yeah.
When you're like, I don't know, 15, 16, why you shouldn't sleep over. But at least for me, I convinced my parents to think in a different way for me to sleep over.
Did it
Didn't
work?
you? It worked, obviously it worked.
Ooh.
I feel like when it was more like one-on-one, like just me sleeping over at a friend's house, they were like, but if it was like a bunch of girls and I like really, really pleaded, they would like let me.
Yeah. And also depends on the person. If it's like your
Ooh.
best friend, I think they're more likely
No,
to
I
say
think
yes.
it depends more if they know the parents
Yeah.
because they, but I think it was mainly because they didn't want to 麻烦别人. How does that say? How do you say
Like-
that?
Like bother.
Yeah,
other
like they
people.
didn't want to bother their parents.
Yeah, that's actually true. Yeah.
Yeah, my mom would be like, don't ask. Like, just come, like, you have a house. Like you said.
But you slept over at my house when we were like 15, right? Or 16.
Yeah, because when I came to Lisbon, and like, my parents kind of knew who your parents were. Like, they didn't really know each other, but yeah.
Yeah.
But Vanessa also came.
Vanessa also came.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that time.
There's a fly.
Yeah, I noticed.
What about the guys? Did you guys do sleepovers?
It's okay.
I think it was really chill. My parents always let me stay at my friend's place.
But it's so unfair though.
I could see that every time I asked, they would let me. And then every time my sister asked,
Yeah,
they
like,
wouldn't
Yeah.
let.
Same.
No.
Same.
We're siblings.
Yeah. What about curfew? Like if you went out at night and then you had to go home.
I didn't have.
You didn't have, but you did.
Yeah.
You had?
Like, imagine, like, when we reached the age, like, 16, 17, when we started, like, going out, bars and stuff, I feel like they would never really tell you to come back home. But if it was me, they would call, like, midnight. Where are you? Why are you not home yet?
Yeah.
Come home now. Like, for you, it was more chill.
The same with my sister. If my sister goes out by herself, my dad, he kind of becomes paranoid.
Yeah.
He always calls her after midnight, like every hour. He's calling her like, where are you? When are you
I can
coming
relate.
back?
I can relate.
But then if I'm out with her, he's a lot more chill. And my
yeah.
sister and I, we've talked about it many times. She's like, it's so unfair. Yeah.
It is really unfair, but it's understandable in the world we live in now.
Yeah.
But I feel like for us girls who have brothers, if we're going out with them, they're like
yeah.
our excuse that we can stay out longer.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Ah.
It's like using them but not using them
in
at
the
the same time.
in the beginning when we started hanging out with like Chinese people, because me and my brother, we only have Chinese friends in common. Like our Portuguese friends are not the same. So like every time we used to hang out, I remember I would be like, but brother, like my brother's also going, so, and they'll be like, okay, you can go then.
Relatable.
So, but do you think it's like Portuguese parents have the same expectations like towards their female daughters?
No.
Towards
Yes.
their daughters?
I think Portuguese parents are more chill because their mindset is different in terms of like sleepovers and dating and
They're more chill.
bringing your boyfriend back home.
Oh, no,
it's
no,
like
that
so
of course.
chill.
Oh,
That's the next
yeah,
topic.
that-
No,
That's the next topic.
but imagine like they're more chill about it in general, but they're more strict with girls. Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
But they're just more chill in general. But you can see the difference, like their daughter and their son. Like you can see a little bit of a difference.
A little, but
It's
not,
not
a
that
massive.
big,
But
yeah.
for Chinese people, I think it's very big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in
It's
terms of what
huge.
we can do and whatnot.
But it comes a lot with our reputation, right? They're just trying
Yeah.
to protect our
Reputation.
yeah.
and
Yeah, Chinese people really care about 面子, so saving
Face.
face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I
They
think
call
in
it.
Portugal, like for us, it's even more intense because our Chinese like society in Portugal
Community. Yeah.
yeah,
Society.
Chinese community in Portugal is so small. Like everyone knows everyone, and everyone talks. Like they love to gossip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The aunts, they love to gossip. They're like, I saw blah 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 yesterday with the guy here and there, and like they love to gossip, and they love to bring other people down. So,
Yeah.
it's true.
And
Yeah.
comparing.
And
Chinese
Hey,
comparing.
love to compare.
Holy
So
crap!
true.
My parents would be like, "Oh, that kid, he's like really good at painting. Like,
Yeah.
you should maybe learn.
Yeah.
Like, could learn something, in your free time as well." And then grades as well. They would always compare and stuff.
The thing is, they compare everything. Like, he's so good at playing football. He's so good at painting. He's so good at playing piano. But it's impossible for you. And they expect you to
Yeah,
be good
to
at
be good at
everything.
Yeah.
Which is impossible.
Especially when you give them at least for me, like you give them good news about someone else, like they're getting married, and they go, "What about
Bro.
you? Where's yours?"
That's
Yes.
so true. They use that
Yes.
card on
And
me
then you're
so
just
many
like, "Oh
times.
my god, I shouldn't have said that."
Yeah. He's studying at whatever.
Yeah. and it's
Oh,
like,
what about you?
The what about you card. That's it. That's classic. Yeah. But speaking of extracurriculars, were you guys also forced to do them
Yes.
somewhat?
Yes.
For me, it was piano.
Hey,
Piano and Chinese classes.
Oh,
Hey.
Chinese classes.
I used to hate Chinese
Me
school.
too.
I still do hate.
But
I mean, I don't.
I
Go
regret not taking it more seriously because now my Chinese is
Now,
so bad.
Same.
now I
Same.
regret it so much.
Regret.
But we used to all hate it though.
Yeah.
Wait,
I-
which Chinese school did you go to, Vash?
I
This
went
one
to
here.
The one, like the bigger one. It was the bigger one.
The bigger one, me too.
Yeah.
You guys didn't go to the same one.
I
We
think
went
you
to the
guys
same
did,
one.
Oh, you
yeah.
guys went to the same
But
one.
then I changed to the smaller one for
But
the
we're in,
beginners.
we're in different grades, probably.
Yeah.
So in Lisbon, there's a bigger school and a smaller school.
Yeah, I think one of the teachers from the bigger school left the bigger one to start the small one, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Bro, but I feel like in Lisbon it was so much more chill. Like you guys, you went together, you knew like people in Chinese school, and you had like a Chinese school gang.
Yeah, that's
For me
true.
and my brother, we would only go with like our Chinese is like very bad. So when we went, we'd be with like we were what, 13, and they would be like 8.
7.
And then that time, like it's a big difference when you're that age.
So humiliating. I remember I was in class. Then the guy next to me was 7 or something. I honestly didn't know, so I just looked at him. He saw that I was looking at him, so he's like, just copy. I was like, oh, bro, I need to. Yeah, but I don't want to, but I need to because I don't know.
Bro, the most funny thing was like every time, like the teacher would ask something, and everyone, like 7, 8 years old, and me and my brother would be like,
And then the teacher felt bad,
yeah.
and she was like, "Oh, say it." And then my Chinese pronunciation was so bad. I honestly think that the kids were laughing. I don't have a memory, but I honestly think the kids were like, "Oh, this guy's 13. Why is his Chinese so bad? He can't even say this word."
It was so bad. And then I remember when we had like a small story, and everyone had to read a little part. Bro, I was really like I hated that part.
You would get nervous before it was you.
I would
and,
write
practice it.
write the peeing down.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So you can read it
Bro.
perfectly.
Peeing is like the pronunciation of the Chinese character.
Yeah.
So there's these characters, and then the peeing is what.
It's written like
In the English alphabet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also used to be in the kids class.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been into also.
I remember one thing very clearly. So it was my first day going into that class. And then since me and my sister were much taller than the other kids, it was like, 你们坐后面吧. It's like, just
Always
sit in
at
the
the
back.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we're much taller. But at least that was actually kind of a blessing in disguise because
Yeah.
we were hidden from everyone.
Yes. Why we didn't progress as much as them is because we were always on and off. So our parents would force us, and then we would every day convince them, "Oh, please no, please no." So they would let us skip a few, and then we changed school or we went back, and then we already missed a lot of.
So how many years did you go to Chinese school for?
We were always
Like
on and
about-
off.
On and off, a lot of on and off.
But like 4.
Vash, did you graduate?
You can graduate.
Yeah.
You
graduated.
You don't get. I didn't graduate, but you don't get like a certificate. You graduate like year 12. It's from year kindergarten to year 12, basically, like normal school.
You graduated
But you can
school.
I didn't know.
But none of us did.
Yeah.
I did.
Bro, the only thing that was really nice was that the kids they were nice to us.
Yeah, they were
They
nice.
wouldn't like make fun of us or be mean.
Yeah,
They were like,
that's
you
nice
know,
then.
Yeah.
What about piano? What about piano? Because I got forced to play the piano, but now I'm grateful.
Mm.
And I think we all got the same thing. Our parents want the best of us, and then at the time, we were very mad at them. We don't want this. But then,
Yep.
in retrospect, now looking back, I'm honestly grateful that I've tried to learn Chinese. At least I can have a conversation, and also piano. It's something very relaxing, and it's a cool skill to have. So I would have spent my time doing other non-interesting things. So
Yeah.
at least I spent it playing the piano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like the biggest regret that we all have is probably the Chinese school, like not taking it seriously.
Yeah, for
I wanted to like quit that school so bad, and
Like,
then I did at the end.
My brother, he's 9. He's
Yeah.
always trying to quit.
yeah,
But I'm like, no, for real, like try harder
Yeah.
because like look at us. You
And
know,
then
we
you'll
did
regret
it
it
and now we
later.
regret it.
yeah.
But he's still like, I don't like this.
But if you think about it, at the time, I'm pretty sure there were people telling us that, but we also didn't
Yeah.
want to
There
hear.
were
We also didn't-
people,
yeah,
our
we didn't
parents
wanna
at
hear.
this. I read it so hard, like not taking it seriously.
yeah.
Now thinking about
It's
this,
not too late, but
if my parents give advice, I should just listen because in 5 years I'm gonna regret not listening
Yeah.
to them.
Damn.
But now, we get emotional, irrational, and then we just want to do the things we want to do. But our parents probably know better.
But you said something in the last episode or previous to that. You said that it still has to be our decision, right?
Yes.
Like right now, it's like
True.
hear the advice, but it's you have to make your own decision because if it's not for you, if it's for someone else, if something goes bad, you're gonna
True,
you're gonna always blame it on them
Yes.
for forcing you to do something. Yeah.
So it's listening, try and figure out where
Mhm.
where the reason is, why they're telling us to do this.
And wanting to do it for yourself.
Yes. When I get advice from my parents, I always put myself in the defensive, and I don't listen. So are we actually listening when our parents talk to us?
I am.
You are.
I used to be more like that as well, but I've come to realize that yes, their advice is usually pretty valuable,
Mm-hmm.
and so I take it more to heart now. I just don't just in through one year, out through the other, as they say.
Yeah, but we're more mature now.
Mhm.
Like when we were teenagers, no teenager wants to listen to their parents because they're not cool. But now we find them
Yes.
really cool.
Yes.
You know? We're growing up.
But the,
especially go. Go, feel free,
This
go,
time you
please.
go.
No, you go. I already forgot.
but the cool thing, you already forgot. No, but the cool thing is so important because we didn't think our parents were cool, and the fact that we always wanted to be like the other guys, the cool guys, and generally the teenagers, the cool guys aren't really doing things for the future. It's just going out, having fun, not really learning stuff. So
But I feel like at that time we found learning Chinese as something not cool and boring.
not cool.
Yeah, because
And now that we suck at it, it's like, hey,
because during when you had Chinese classes, at that age, my friends were all Portuguese. And Chinese school was on Sunday.
hey.
And they would all like, I don't know, be together, someone's party, someone's birthday party, this or that. And I'll have to go to Chinese school. So it was not cool at the time.
yeah.
You know?
Very uncool, in fact.
Like, let's hang out. I can't. I have Chinese class.
For me, it was Saturday. For you too, no.
Saturday, yeah.
Saturday was
For us,
like
it's
okay
Sunday.
because it was like 12 to 3. And then we get to
We
hang
had
out
friends
after.
there.
And we had friends, yeah.
And another thing is, having Chinese school, I was always ashamed to tell my Portuguese friends I had Chinese school. So there was always a bit of hate on that because I always wanted to fit in with my Portuguese friends, speak Portuguese. But then I'm learning Chinese because when I was young, I didn't have Chinese friends. They were all Portuguese.
Yeah.
So I always felt a hate relationship with learning Chinese. And on Sundays, had to take my day off to learn Chinese. Because honestly, I was a bit,
Want to be cool.
no, a bit,
Ignorant.
no, oh, no, but I felt like I wanted to be Portuguese. I didn't like being Chinese.
Hey, we all
I
had
felt
that
that as
phase.
well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And our parents kept telling us the tradition, the culture of China and the Chinese culture, and I always wouldn't listen to it because I always wanted to fit in with the Portuguese culture and how they acted, going out with friends, how they spent their weekends.
Yeah.
So I was always neglecting that side of my life. But now I come to realize that I really am proud to be Chinese, and there's a lot of opportunities, and look at the bright side of being Chinese and in a multicultural family.
So for you guys, when would you say was the year or the time that you felt good about being Chinese? Not good, but like accept the fact, not accept the love. For me, it was like in uni, my first year of uni. Before that, I don't think I've ever like liked being Chinese, honestly speaking.
I don't think it was, for me, it wasn't a moment, but it was a period of time where I spent more time with Chinese people. And then I got to be with people that are from the same background as me, that were born and raised in Portugal, but are originally from China. And then I got to bond with them more. And then I started realizing that it's not so bad, and it's actually good to be Chinese. Because in school, wow, this is so bad, but I was honestly a bit embarrassed because my parents didn't go to these parent-teacher conferences, and all my Portuguese friends, their parents would come, and I would always meet the parents, but my parents were never there. So I always had this hate because my parents they were always focused on work.
But your dad is so Portuguese though.
Yes, but he didn't go to these parent-teacher
Yeah,
meetings.
usually they were really focused on work.
And then there
They
was
still
always
are.
my friends' parents they all knew each other, had a good relationship, they
Yeah.
had dinners. But my parents never had dinner with my friends' parents.
Yeah.
It was only when we met, the parents spoke a bit, and then just they didn't build like a relationship. But then with my Chinese parents, they knew who the parents were. Sometimes they even go out to dinner, they knew, so it was way easier, right? I think I fit in better.
Yeah, and to talk to your parents about your friends, they know. Their daughter. Yeah, I know, and then I don't know, it's just different.
Just more relatable. I'd
Because
say.
like before, I also had the feeling when I think that we were like in 10th grade, and there was a group of girls in my year, and their moms or parents had a dinner to discuss their trip together to Algarve. And they all came together to talk about it, how it was gonna happen, if they were going like by the train alone, blah blah. And I heard that and I was like, hey, really? I was really jealous,
yeah, of course.
Portuguese people, they always go to Algarve during summer, which is the south of Portugal. During
Yeah.
summer, the beach, and they always go there. And I think we never, maybe
I've
once.
been there
once.
like 12th grade last year, last year. It was really fun. It was
Algarve is really fun.
Really, really fun.
You also went? How many
When I
times?
was whitewashed, yes.
You were whitewashed.
Yeah, during high
she was
school.
so
You
whitewashed.
too.
Okay,
You
me
too.
too.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
me
both are
too,
so
but-
whitewashed.
Yes.
Like wannabe Portuguese girls.
No Portuguese. I think we were more like wannabe American girls.
Aye.
American.
Whitewashed. Yeah, from there, I feel like.
Not British, because you
No.
were an British.
No, but like towards the end, I was in clip.
Ah, right.
I think we were more white.
Super white.
No, but more towards the
Super white.
the like the US than Portugal. Like the way we dressed, the way we, I don't know, like our way of thinking.
But
Don't you
now-
guys agree? I think so.
Yes, but now that I've come to learn more about the Chinese culture, I really like it. And now
Yeah, me too.
I embrace it too.
I embrace it so hard. I wouldn't want to be anything else.
I cuddle with it.
Proud Chinese.
Who here used to lie to their parents about their grades? Damn!
Who hasn't though? Come on.
Yeah.
Well, I used to get the grade reports and then I would never show my parents. I would fake sign it.
Oh my god, did you guys have the diary thing?
Yes,
Where you
and
had
they
to
had-
sign
Yes.
every
And they had
day?
to sign every
Oh,
week.
yeah.
And then if you're misbehaved, they leave a comment
Bro.
and then you were
Yes,
released.
yes.
I would my dad just told me, just write my name. He couldn't be bothered.
Yeah.
Because like I was a nice kid.
Yeah.
Not like you guys.
Hey.
But I was a nice kid. So there was no bad like notes on my book. So my dad would just tell, like just sign it.
Hey, when I got called out, the school called my dad, I think 2 or 3 times. So he had to leave work and come to school because I misbehaved. And that was
That's the
like
Yeah.
worst.
one of the worst days of my life. It's so bad when the teacher calls the dad and the dad has to come.
Bro,
Especially the dad. My dad was...
especially like our parents, they know how to guilt trip us.
Yes.
They know how to guilt trip us so bad.
Yes. Then they just look at me and I'm like, I was 15. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
No, but they guilt trip. They're like, we worked so hard for you to be in this good
Yeah.
school, and then you're badly behaved, and they have to
Bro.
call me. That's so embarrassing.
That sounds
Hey.
very familiar,
Yes.
those words.
It's bro. It's engraved in my brain. It's right there.
Yeah, when we have bad grades, it's always that speech.
Yeah.
But there is some truth
It's
to
true.
it.
It's
Yeah,
true.
it's
Like,
true.
They're sacrificing so much for us, and we
Just there playing around, fooling around.
speak for yourself.
I'm thinking about you
And you,
and me.
did you fool around at school?
No,
No.
no.
Did you have good grades? Wait, let's be honest.
I think I
was a
had okay grades,
I was
not bad
a-
grades.
B student, I'd say. B, on average, B.
Same. I was a B student.
B?
As well.
My thing is not out of B, it's out of 7.
Okay, but around.
Like 5, 6.
No.
Except for maths, yes.
Maths.
Yeah. I was
Well,
in
what
math
grade did you have at
studies.
maths? Math studies.
Yeah.
Oh my lord. Disgrace.
Disgrace to Asians.
But that's like the one thing I didn't really like because I was bad at math.
This is called corporate violence. In a corporate environment, violence. Corporate violence.
Math studies. Okay.
Wait, did you get hate? Because I was actually pretty good at maths. Do you guys believe in Asians are good at maths?
They're bad, like on average.
On average, they're
Yes.
better.
Yes.
I think it's just because Asians
Work harder, study harder, yeah.
I think it's because we have that stereotype, so we want to show them that we are actually good at math,
So
we
so
put-
we try harder.
Yeah, maybe we try harder on math.
I
And-
think that's
And parents know Asians love money. So if you're good at maths,
Yeah.
Even better.
you have more money.
I'm a A student.
No, you're not. I had-
No way.
Okay, let's be honest. I had better
What
grades
do you
than-
mean? No way!
I
You
You're
don't
calling
look
me
like an A
dumb.
student.
I had better grades than my sister.
Okay, you all have better grades than me then.
What was your favorite subject in school? PE.
P.
Math.
What?
Yes, it was
Actually,
P. For me, it was
The
P.
most
But
fun.
but
was fun.
academic, it was
Academic.
maths.
It was
I
math.
loved maths. I
I
don't
love
know why.
math too.
I used to compete with someone. I don't think that person wasn't Asian, but we used to compete. The teacher was like, "Okay, you do these 10 questions." I was like, done. Can I have more?" So that was the only
Oh.
class I tried really hard because I was
Yeah.
competing with someone. So it's whoever said first.
But I actually love math. Ooh, you know that TikTok where a group of friends they go to buy the exercises from like 10th grade and they do it.
No.
No.
We should do that. It's pretty fun. Like it's an bro.
10th grade was like what? Algebra.
Is it hard? I think it's okay. And then they
Algebra.
see how like
formula.
if they
The
still
quadratic
remember
formula.
how good they are at it.
Damn.
It's fun.
Quadratic formula.
But I actually
Calculus.
loved like math exercises.
Yeah, I used to
Do
hate math and
to
exercise.
solve them.
Yes.
I love to solve.
It's very satisfying. when you get them
Yeah.
right. Mine was computer science.
You had computer
Hey, I
science.
hated computer
IB.
science.
IT class.
Yeah.
Did you guys learn how to like type fast too in IT class?
No.
Like
In the
how
beginning.
certain fingers.
Yeah, how certain
run
fingers.
Ah,
certain
yes.
roles, yeah.
IT
But
class
that
was
was
cool.
That was at a young age.
Yeah, that was in the
Yeah,
beginning.
like
in the beginning when we started using computers.
It's called touch
no,
typing.
it was
yeah.
like 4th grade.
touch typing.
So the index fingers are an F and J.
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong. J and
F and J, yeah.
Is
yeah,
it?
F and J.
No. Isn't it here?
It's these,
no.
yeah, it's the
Okay,
marks.
the
Yeah.
viewers can't see, but
Touch typing.
I'm an A student. It's fine.
A students don't get rich.
JK, I was a C student.
C students get rich. Hey, do you know that thing of
Yes.
A students work for C students?
Yes.
Because A students, they
Bro, no joke though. I was actually a C student.
I was B. So.
But I just have to say that if I wanted to be an A student, I could.
Everyone could.
Yeah, that's true.
That's just to make you feel better.
Let her be.
Let me be.
She needs-
Being the Lulu is the solution. Going back on how the Chinese community in Portugal is small. I don't know if you had this, but when I was little, when I was a teenager, I don't know why I was more close to guys. Like I always had like more guy friends than girlfriends. And we used to hang out, and a lot of the time I was the only girl. We were only two girls. And I was used to post stories on Instagram. And my mom would like call me straight away. Take those down. Take those down.
There are people watching.
Like, why? What is wrong? Like, because it was so normal. Like, all my Portuguese friends would post completely normal. Like, nothing bad wrong with that. And then I would go home. I would be really angry at my mom. I would be crying. She would tell me, like, this is really bad for your reputation. All the other Chinese parents, they're watching.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a bit extreme.
But yeah, they're watching.
They're watching, and imagine they have a son. And then they see that you hang out with so many guys. Yeah. They're not going to like that, and they will not want their son to date you.
Yeah.
But it's a harsh reality, though.
But it is true. Because it's true, like, first impressions last. They matter. It's the first thing they know about you. Even if they're not true, but if they see you posting every time with so many guys, like, they'll only assume, she's always with guys, blah, blah, and
it's the same vice versa. If a guy's always hanging out with girls, people are going to have a different impression of them, too.
True. But I feel like at that time, I didn't really understand because to me, they were really just friends. And I had more guy friends, you know. It wasn't like I didn't want to have girlfriends.
Yeah.
I just normally had more guy friends. And we used to hang out and I would want to post.
Yeah.
But now I get it.
Reputation matters.
Yes, unfortunately.
Matters a lot, actually.
The heck, that's so random.
No, but reputation matters so much.
But I'm gonna ask you then. If you saw a girl that posts a lot with, like, she only hangs out with guys and she posts, like, not, I'm gonna say every day, but every time she's with, like, guy friends, she posts and you see, like, a bunch of guys on her stories. Do you guys have that impression that she...
I think it's a no-brainer.
Red flag. Go watch our episode.
Do you think it is? For you?
Yes.
Like, all the time.
My parents were right all along.
Not all the time, but imagine she
Most
never
of the
posts with
time.
girls. And she only has guy friends and she only posts with guys.
Come on, that's such a red
think
flag.
I think it would be. I would think it would be a bit weird, but I don't think it's a super big red flag.
Unless the guys that unless she's like a tomboy, I think that's okay. But if she's like a normal...
What's a tomboy?
A girl who's more
It's
masculine.
like boyish.
Maria Capaz.
Breathe. Breathing exercises.
Breathe.
To not tilt.
Yes. Breathe.
So you were saying tomboy?
I already said my points.
Huh.
Yeah.
I mean, there's gonna be times where you and your partner are gonna be with your own group of friends. You're with guys and she's with guys. Isn't that...
No, her question's like if a girl only hangs out with guys and she only posts
Yeah, that's
guys.
what I'm saying.
How
If
would
you're
you
with
feel?
your group of guys and she's with her group of guys,
Mm.
doesn't that upset a bit?
Yeah, I'd probably maybe feel a bit uncomfortable. I'd be like, there must be a guy that has
Exactly.
some sort of
Yeah.
intention.
You're
towards
on
her.
the phone. Yeah, I'm with my guys, and she's like, yeah, I'm with my guys too.
Okay, yeah. I would find it a bit weird.
But-
I'd flag that.
The thing you said about reputation, I think it really is because the community is so small. Everyone talks, everyone knows each other. So every single thing you do has consequences.
Yeah.
If you post something, and I'm not saying that only Asian or Chinese people like to gossip, but Chinese people gossip,
Love to
especially the
The
aunties. So they're like, this guy, is she dating him now? Why did you take the photo? And then It just
Yeah.
gets really messy. So maybe that's why our parents want to protect us
Yeah.
from the.
Mm-hmm.
Like after she explained it to me, like I totally got it. I was like, "You're so right." You
And
know?
we have real life examples every day, just like the thing we saw today in the morning. You know,
Yeah.
like one small thing turns into a big thing. Like she already had a
Yeah.
bad reputation, and then she made another mistake, and then she got exposed real hard. You know, not naming names, but I think we can talk about
Holy.
this.
That's-
Well, what were you saying about the gossiping? Because I was saying, oh, gossip's so bad. Let's stop talking about gossip. It has nothing to do with this. But then you said something, gossip. does
yeah, I
the-
think gossiping activates like a certain region of your brain more, and then it causes you to become less focused. So TLDR, gossiping too much is bad.
Yeah, gossiping is bad.
Too
But,
much
like,
of
once in a
anything
while-
is bad.
True
Because
that.
gossip, you talk about others. And if you saw our last the episode on about quotes, Fash Kazur, come on, give the quote.
Be strict, lenient with others and strict with yourself.
Tolerant.
Wait. What
Yeah,
did I
be
say?
tolerant.
Be tolerant with others.
Tolerant to others, yeah, strict with yourself.
So let's just be tolerant. Stop gossiping about other people. Let's just talk about us.
Focus on yourself.
Sleep so self-centered.
What?
I'm
No.
joking. I'm joking.
No, but it's true. Everyone is.
Can I say
Lines.
something very controversial?
Of course, anything
Yes.
controversial, bring it to the table.
I feel like us.
Gossip queen.
I feel like us Chinese, we live more inside this world. So we try to live our lives with the rules that the world has set. For example, the reputation thing. It's like, of course you're your own person, but this is how the world works. So we try to adapt inside how the world works because we can't control everyone, right? This, like them gossiping about us, like our reputation, like it's something we can't control. We can only control our actions. So we'll try to live by the world's rules and not break them so that our reputation doesn't get damaged, right? But then there's some people
Yes, talk about those people.
that don't live by the rules of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And they
And they?
I'm getting confused with these indirects, but go on.
and they just want I don't want to be canceled.
Ah,
So then they make up like things. Okay, it's like you're happier that way, but you're not living by the rules of the world. Stop trying to change them. That's all I got.
What? I didn't understand anything.
Those who get it, get it. Those who don't.
Yeah, the only thing I'll say is that I guess it's not really rules, it's the common, how would
Sense.
you call it? The common
The
sense or-
consensus.
The common consensus, yeah. If you stray too much away from it, you're breaking the rules. So what you're saying is that the people who try to break free from the expectations of society.
Yes, they make me sad.
They make you. But if
They don't
that's-
make me sad. I'm joking, but it's just like I cannot
but we're not.
understand them.
But we're not talking on behalf of all Chinese people. We're saying the more like a more stereotypical,
Yes.
right? Because there are
Of course.
lots of people who do not live like this and do
No,
not
of
agree
course.
with these values.
Yes.
Yeah.
So confused. Hopefully the viewers aren't.
Chinese parents expect you to like marry in a certain age range. So like 20 to 30s.
Yes. Like we're 23. Okay, we're not receiving the pressure yet, but it's
But
coming.
we're low-key like
Low-key
getting
we
slapped
are.
with the pressure.
Yeah, like my grandma, she came to Portugal a few months ago, and we were just in the living room chilling. She looked at me, she's like, "Your mom with your age, she already had 2 kids. What about you?" I was like, "I don't even have a boyfriend."
Yeah, I think at this age now, every time I meet a family member, the first question is always, "You already have a girlfriend?"
Yeah.
No, I don't. What are you waiting for?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What am I waiting?
Oh my god,
Yeah, it's
so it was-
always like that. And then they start giving recommendations. Like,
What you think
what about this one? This is daughter. She looks really cute. And
was-
matchmaking doesn't work at this age.
it was my birthday last week, and then we have a family group chat. And then my uncle wished happy birthday, and then other people started wishing. And then the questions started coming in. Do you already have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Where's the girlfriend coming? When are you getting married? I was like, oh my god, this again.
But our parents don't pressure us.
Yeah, our parents don't. But
not
it's more
not yet.
My
Not
parents-
yet.
Yeah.
Wait
but-
wait 2 more years, Denny, and then.
Okay, 25. 25,
gonna
of course
hit
they're gonna
real hard.
pressure.
But then if you put yourself in their shoes, you kind of understand why they're pressuring you. Because
No,
they don't
yeah, of
want you
course.
to be single. Not saying it's bad to be single and 30, but like, you know, the earlier the better, at least for girls.
No, but I think it's more they know that if like soonish we don't find a boyfriend, we're gonna be sad. Like this has nothing to do with them. At least my parents, they're like, of course for me, you could live at home forever.
Yeah.
If it were for me. But I know you wouldn't be happy with the life, your life. So it's not like pressuring. They just want me to be happy.
Yeah.
And it's
know.
also about options. The later,
Yeah.
The less options.
the less options you have, because the good ones are taken. Then you just have to.
Well, I feel like our moms actually have really good dating advice.
Because they.
Because they date.
They
What?
Because
No.
they
No,
did
because
a lot.
they're wise
They have
women.
ex-
Yeah, I know, but like we talked about this.
Wait, it's my
Yeah.
mom too. Damn. Oops.
We talked about this, remember?
Yes.
Our
But it's
moms are
true,
very
and we
smart.
should listen to their advice.
But
Yeah.
one thing I saw, talking about getting advice from parents is they're teaching us on outdated models. We're in a different generation, so what applied to them before might not apply to us. Although they want the best of us for us, and they know all the right things that happened in their generation, things change. So we also have to take their advice with a grain of salt, because, as you said, Denis, at 22, our mom already had me and you.
Yeah.
But we're in such a different time now. We're going to uni. Our parents didn't really go to uni, so
that is true.
That's-
things
very
are
true.
delayed. The environment has changed. The lifestyle has changed. So we also need to calibrate a bit their advice.
No, of course, but their advice is good, and then we
Still good. Yes.
filter it.
And it's by
fits.
their experience too.
Yeah.
Like I agree with what you say, but it's also from their past experience and what they know of. They might also give good advice.
And some things don't change.
yeah,
Yeah,
some
so-
things don't change.
That was what I was thinking when I said it. Is there's some outdated models, but there's some values that still hold true, and they're
Yeah.
timeless.
Like men are still animals.
What the hell?
Oh.
What?
I'm joking.
But going off of what Philippe said, I did notice that actually. So my dad has some ideas about like careers that are a bit outdated. Like for example, after I told him about the layoffs at my company and how I survived and how they kept the people they liked that performed better. And then he was saying, "Oh yeah, so you should stay at the company now, right? You can, because then you have the positions that are higher up. But nowadays, it's giving your loyalty to a single company isn't as efficient as you job switching more regularly." So yeah,
No, that is
definitely, I did
actually
notice
fact.
that my parents do have some models that are more outdated, but some of their, a lot of their advice is still holds.
yeah.
But
But-
just have to adapt it to
Yeah.
like now.
But I also, our parents must have like very outdated like
Mhm.
dating advice too. Because do you think they even know what a situationship is? They don't.
Maybe we just don't know.
No, they don't know. They
No.
don't. They probably just think like if you like someone, you have to date. There's no like situationship and all those other things.
No, I feel like they adapted a bit as well. They're like, when you know someone, you'll have to like spend a few years with them, test, like learn how to live together before you actually get married.
Oh no, in that
But
sense, yeah.
but before they didn't follow these.
Really?
I think our parents got married like pretty fast.
Fast.
No,
Very
year.
fast. I
A
think
year.
I don't know. But before
the dating is
the sample size to choose was also like neighborhood
Yeah.
cities. You couldn't go to Spain, meet someone now. Flights are
Yeah.
so cheap. So it's also harder for us to find because there's so many options. Oh, okay, not so many options, but there's so much more people. So it's harder to choose.
I feel like we
My
don't-
eyebrow going up.
I saw it.
I feel like we don't settle. Like
Yeah.
as easily.
Yeah.
As
I feel like
before
our
compared
expectations
to
are higher. Yeah.
yeah.
Because we know that we have a higher not application pool. What is it called? Dating
Higher
pool.
market.
Higher dating pool.
Yeah.
Ah, dating pool. Ooh, yes. Yes.
Which sometimes I find it, because sometimes I'll be like to optimize my decision, and I'm a bit of a perfectionist.
Yeah.
So I feel like this part actually really hinders me in
Yeah.
regards to finding someone.
A good example is when you go to the supermarket and you want to get a chocolate bar. If there's only one option, you just get it. But if there's 10, you stay there. At least me, I just look there. I spent
Yeah.
5 minutes thinking about it because there's so many options.
Same.
You get, there's a name for that, but you get,
Choice paralysis.
yes,
Guys.
choice paralysis. There's so many options, and
For me, it's very easy.
tell me.
I look at the one with the highest price tag.
Damn.
Joking. But I just know what I like. So like when I get there, I see I want this one.
True.
But I'm also not the type of person that likes to try a lot of things. I just see, I feel like this one's good.
What
So
about
that's the difference.
what about in the restaurant? If there's only meat, fish,
Oh,
soup,
yeah, okay, that
you
is
just
hard.
choose. But there's so many options now. I sometimes take 5 minutes to decide what I want. Like
For
there's
me,
so many options now.
the only harder, like in a restaurant, is Italian food.
Because you don't know
There's
what,
so many good things.
Uh,
The rest, I feel like it's pretty, like, easy to decide.
yeah. But it's so funny because we were talking about parents, Chinese culture, and now we're talking about Italian food. This is something that we need to work on, which is
Sticking to the, but I think it should flow naturally.
should
Also,
flow.
like one thing led to another.
Yeah.
You know, not gonna. Yeah.
Let
Yeah,
our
let us-
minds wander around.
Let us
Yes.
know what you guys think in the comments.
Yes, it would
Suggestions and improvements.
yes. It would actually be cool. Do you guys think that it looks better when we're sticking to the topic and then, or we just
Go with the
tangent
flow.
line? Pew, pew, pew.
Wait, but going back to the pressure of marriage and stuff, because we went off on a tangent. Do you girls think that the pressure to marry earlier, like mid-20s, will make you guys make suboptimal choices in your partner, or maybe settle for something less than you would
I think
like?
it goes both ways, cause I feel like the obvious answer would be yeah, the decision would not be optimal because you're under pressure. But some people, if they're working under pressure, they might.
But in this, like, I know what you mean.
Yes.
But in this
Arena.
yeah, that doesn't work.
That doesn't work because of the
Only if-
cases that we know.
Only if you get really lucky.
yeah.
But you're not if you're feeling pressure on this particular area, like only if you're lucky, it will be good, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe you'll be fine with it, but maybe not optimal.
I think it's way more probable that you would make suboptimal decisions because from the quote you said, if you're never go grocery shopping when you're hungry. It's similar to that.
Yeah.
If you're not
Yeah.
ready and you're pressured to making a decision, you won't really make the right decision.
Yeah.
Because you're not really ready for it. You're being pressured to do it.
I know, but
That would be the negative side of looking at it that way. But if you look at it in a positive way, if you don't put a bit of pressure and you think your Prince Charming is just gonna pop out one day, I don't think you will get anywhere
Yeah.
if you just sit down and not do anything.
That's also true because when you can't really say when you are ready. You just bump into it and then
Exactly.
you're forced to get ready. It's
Yeah.
like being a father. You're not
You'll
There's
never
no-
feel completely ready.
yeah, you never
Yeah.
feel completely ready until it happens. When it happens, you sort of need to figure out the way, and I think that's similar to relationships.
Repeat that.
I think that's similar to relationships.
okay.
Relationships.
I just want to say, I didn't get what's so funny.
Because I said relationships.
Oh.
I didn't get.
But I feel like when we get to that stage, our requirements for a partner are going to be lower, right?
Yes, the
So-
later it gets.
Yes, but at the same time, there's like core values that's never gonna go away. And at that time, you're gonna feel more pressured, and you might settle for someone that is a bit below what you wanted. but the core values are still there. And I really believe you learn to love someone.
Yeah.
And you can have like the happiest life with them.
I don't.
You
Yeah,
don't?
no. I don't really think so.
Discuss.
Discuss, yeah.
What do you
Why don't you
Learning
believe?
to love someone.
What do you mean you don't learn to love someone? Of course,
Yes.
if your what I was saying is if your core values match, of course you learn to love someone. If
I
you
think-
put in the effort, I really do think you, because it's, imagine like when your parents met, okay, maybe they were in love, but they're so much more in love now because they both worked to make the relationship work, and you really learn to. I really do believe you learn to love someone.
I think you said that because at least our parents are really different. My mom is more Chinese, and my dad is very Portuguese. So on paper, you would seem that they wouldn't match because my dad only listens and watches English movies, Portuguese movies. My mom only looks at Chinese movies and listens to Chinese. But they're very different, but they sort of figure out a way to combine it.
I think
make
Voss
it
didn't-
work.
That was not what I was trying
No?
to say.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so there was one time I was talking to a friend, and we were talking about this, and he was basically saying, which I totally agree. He was saying that like liking someone is not enough because like their background has to check, your values have to check. Just liking a person does not work in the long term. And if those things match in the beginning, imagine like you're at that stage where you're a bit desperate and you find someone and you're chill. Maybe you don't love them. Maybe it's not that spark, but you guys could fit, like your lives fit. You want the same things, you have the same values. And the more time you spend with them, I really do believe that you're at that stage. It's like, okay, this one is the one. So you learn to love them.
But
I
give your
really do
opinion, Voss, so we can understand it from your point of view.
No, I feel like
So we
you
can-
have to at least like someone in the beginning.
No, that's what
That's
she means.
turned
Like you
into-
like them, but you learn to.
No, but didn't she say that?
You like them, like they're
Didn't she say
okay.
you don't have to like them to love them?
No.
Ah.
I said that, like how they say, in the beginning, there's this really strong feeling, but that's not enough. You can maybe maybe not like, but imagine you see a person, you're at that stage. And
Yeah.
what I meant was, imagine a person comes along in your life and you're a bit in a hurry, and he's not like your Prince Charming, but but you like them as a person, your values match and everything. You learn to like them and then love them without the initial spark.
I feel like it's too hypothetical. Like
Yeah, it's
I
so
have to experience
hypothetical.
it. It's
But
so hypothetical.
It is not.
But I have a I think what you're trying to say is we're all looking for the spark, for the highlights of a relationship, but what really matters is when it's a Friday night, you do nothing, you just stay at home and you go to sleep and then you wake up. The boring stuff.
Yeah.
If you're okay with the boring stuff, the highlights, the flashy things, the trips, the adventures, they don't matter.
And
what
they will
matters is
come.
in the ordinary day of work, you come back and you're okay with living with that person,
Yeah.
and it doesn't disrupt you or anything. I think that's good enough. That's love.
Yeah, that's
love
exactly
is not,
what I mean.
Love is not vacations, highlights, weddings, parties, romantic dinner. Love is
The boring stuff.
the boring stuff. If you're happy when you're bored with that person, then that's love.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's what you
I mean, yeah,
disagreed
that I
on. Yeah,
agree,
yeah, yeah.
Miscommunication.
Should we do Would You Rather?
Yes, I have a would you rather.
So, in this game, basically, we say would you rather, and then we all answer it, but we can't explain it.
So the would you rather for today, it needs an answer in the beginning. So when do you want to get married? When does everyone want to get married? Say an age.
Before I'm 30.
Say just an age, the optimal age.
26 to 28.
Okay, 27.
27 is not a nice number.
26.
26.
26.
26.
26.
29.
29. Okay. If you had to get married.
What about you?
Yeah, true. 30. 30. If we had to get married, you need to choose between 5 years after or before your optimal age, what would you choose?
We
to get
can't
married?
because we're already 23.
Okay, then the minimal is get married this age or 5 years. 5 years after your optimal.
This age.
Easy.
5 years later.
Yeah, for the guys, it's gonna be later.
I disagree.
No way. You're gonna say 5 years before.
25.
Yes.
Yes, 25. I prefer 25 than 35.
35. No offense.
34.
Okay, no discussion.
Yes.
Thank you guys so. Thank you guys so much.
I felt like the voice was the same after.
Thank you guys so much watching. Ay. Thank you guys so much for watching another episode of 351 Podcast.
I really want to have a conversation with the viewers, so comment down below any thoughts that you guys might have during this episode, because I think it's really cool to hear you guys' opinion, and let's have a conversation.
Yeah, leave some comments below. Let us know what you guys want to hear about as well.
Yes. And like and subscribe and follow us in all our social media.
Bye.
Bye.